department with a dedicated budget to make the office of the Chief Electoral Officer independent and financially autonomous. The top poll body has directed the West Bengal government to set up a separate election department completely delinked from the Home Department. The letter from the ECI Secretariat to the Bengal Chief Secretary Manoj Pant dated July 17 came less than a year before assembly polls are due in the state. The EC's letter to the Bengal government says create a separate election department completely delinked from any other department of the state government. This will facilitate full financial and administrative autonomy to the CEO as required for the effective and impartial conduct of the election. At present, the CEO's office functions as a subordinate branch of the State Home and Hill Affairs Department, which is led by Principal Secretary level officer. The CEO himself holds the rank of an additional secretary. Now, let me straight away go to O.P. Rawat, former CEC and Subir Day senior journalist. Sir, my question to you is, can you just break it down for a user? Does it compromise the work there in West Bengal, this systemic arrangement?
Mr. Karthikeya, actually, there is a lot of confusion. If CEO's office becomes a department in the government, then it comes directly under the Chief Minister, directly under the Minister in charge of that department. How can it remain independent? And therefore, Election Commission has been insisting since the very beginning of the election processes that CEO's office must not be a department. It must always be an independent office, and salaries of the employees there must be shared 50% by Election Commission and by state government, and total independence in budgetary matters. And I think this has been done only for smaller cadres where number of officers are very few. Election Commission permits additional charge of some other departments considering the constraint of less number of officers. Otherwise, there is no point in creating a department of government as CEO's office. So I think that autonomy can only be ensured when CEO's office is separate, independent, and without any tag of department.
How can this link exist when you are saying that it will not allow an autonomous function? Then how could this link exist? How could this come into play? That is my question. Because any person, body associated with election has to be part and subordinated only to the Election Commission of India or State Election Commission.
Correct. That is what it is. It should be. It should not be a department of government. In fact, in Sri Lanka,
so how did it come about? That's my question. I am surprised as a journalist.
It never came about. It never came about. Whole country, all states have CEO's office independently, and they are not department of government. Whole country.
Absolutely. Let me play out a bite of Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary on it, a very short part of it.
जहां तक बंगाल की सवाल है, ये हम लोग देखे हैं कि यहां भी एक अलग इलेक्शन कमीशन है, स्टेट इलेक्शन कमीशन। जब पंचायत और नगर पालिका चुनाव उनकी नेतृत्व में होते हैं, उस समय हम लोग देखा में ये तजुर्बे की तहत कह सकते हैं कि खुलेआम बीडीओ एसडीओ पंचायत चुनाव में जो लूट होते हैं, लूट में शामिल रहते हैं, खुद शामिल होते हैं। बीडीओ एसडीओ और डीएम का भी मदद इसमें सम्मति रहते हैं, पूरा लूट चलते हैं, पूरा लूट। तो इसलिए बंगाल में पंचायत चुनाव और नगर पालिका चुनाव मान लो कि लूट की चुनाव है, ये सबको जानकारी है। बंगाल में मान्यता भी मिल चुकी है दीदी की जमाने में।
Let me go across to Subir Day, senior journalist. Doesn't this arrangement violate the basic principle of our constitution, sir, which is separation of power, Mr. Day? Separation, the principle of separation of power?
It is according to the Article 324, according to the Indian Constitution. So we must be maintained as per the Constitution rule and framed by the Constitution of India. So now, according to the state level election commission are definitely under organized order by the government of India election commission. So that is the another issue. But according to the reality of last few decades, is my opinion basically election commissioner send the notification and give the mandate to the state level officers to organize the properly according to the order of followed by the election commission. But reality is state government are indirectly instigated to the officer of the state government at the time of election for their end. So that is the one thing. If I discuss with the CAPF is the police force, combined police force, then every time as a journalist we raise the some complaint before the election commission why our central force are sitting in one area, they are not moving properly according to the need. That is the truth. Third point is now is age of AI. Everything is possible because election is a big mandate for the nation. When the political party rule the government and he must be motivated. The government official,
Okay.
state government officials, those who are the under the work of the election commission, they also indirectly directed to
Okay.
them.
Okay.
Don't give the heavy rule according to the election commission. That
Okay.
is the one major problem according to our experience in last 26
Mr.
years.
Rawat, why is compliance let me ask this question. Why is compliance taking so much of time?
What compliance?
Compliance in the sense that the EC is pushing this matter, as you said, for last 1 year. So it becomes a matter of compliance. It should have happened the day EC thought that it should not have happened, you know.
Actually, I am saying that compliance will result in total subordination of CEO's office to the Chief Minister and the Minister in charge of the department concerned. CEO's office should never be a department.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that EC has sent this letter to the West Bengal government. I'm saying that there has been no official reaction to it on its compliance.
Oh, that I won't be able to tell. You will have to ask somebody from West Bengal government.
But why is it taking so much time? I just want to know, because as someone who has been part of the election commission, obviously when you send a letter like this, there has to be a response. Can they sit on it? Can they sit on it?
There is confusion here. State election commissioner, state local body election, these are being confused with the elections to the Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha. So that confusion has to be avoided. State election commission is separate. They are responsible for local body election and they have a very different template. Entirely different. Election Commission of India and elections to Legislative Assembly and Parliament are entirely different, and these are conducted by Chief Electoral Officer of a state who doesn't belong to any department, is independent of the government, and even the salaries are funded partially by the state government and partially by the Election Commission. So that kind of autonomy has to be there. And since this Election Commission's letter says that you constitute a separate department of CEO's office, state government officers may also be confused.
So what do you think is the way out, sir?
The way out is that CEO's office should be made independent. No department should be constituted.
Can this be done? Can this be done through a central act, or this has to be initiated by the state government itself? The change.
No, this election commission must insist on this, that CEO's office should never be a department of the state government, should be independent office and should have independent budgetary line.
And before I close in this discussion, you must have seen, sir, the entire conduct of ECI has become a political debate. As a former election commissioner, where India's ability to organize election in itself is a great feat. Do you think that political parties, by politicizing the splendid work of EC, are doing a disservice to our democratic process?
Absolutely no, because in a democracy, political opposition has their role defined and they are supposed to play their role effectively.
Anyway, sir, thank you so much for joining me on this debate. Thank you, Mr. Dev, for joining me on this debate. So the bottom line is that the letter has gone, and in election time every issue is picked up. For example, the development has to be seen in the backdrop of the ongoing political showdown between the centre and India bloc. And they are fighting over the special intensive revision of electoral rolls in West Bengal also. In West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee has openly said that this is like an NRC through backdoor. So what we witness in Bihar is also something we are witnessing in West Bengal, and this comes a day after Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee announced that SIR would not be allowed to be implemented in Bengal. She even said that it needed the election commission would be gherao. So election commission is at the center of the storm, even when it is making the right noise, even when it is making the right decision. So from Delhi to Bihar to West Bengal, my take on this story is that the election commission should not be attacked, because the election commission has done a splendid job. It is an institution which is emulated. In fact, election commission played a central role in organizing elections in pre-Taliban Afghanistan. So this is all I had on Point today. Tomorrow I will see you at the same time. Thank you and good night.
टाटा कैपिटल में हमारी पॉलिसीज़ जो हैं वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा वेल इक्विप्ड हैं। जो फर्स्ट टाइम बायर्स हैं, जिन्होंने कभी गाड़ी व्हीकल परचेज़ नहीं की है, उनका कोई सिविल हिस्ट्री नहीं रही है, तो उनको हम फाइनेंस करते हैं मिनिमम डॉक्यूमेंट के बेस पे। उनका आधार कार्ड